Let's see what kind of performance the 16GB RTX 4060 Ti delivers in Ghost of Tsushima at 4K, 1440p and 1080p resolutions. To test it out, I'm using my Big Quiet PC build powered by MSI. It features Ryzen 5 7600X and the MSI Gaming X4060 Ti. If you like what you see, all the PC parts are listed in the description below. Those are Amazon links, so check them out if you would like to build one yourself. Let's start at 4K resolution, and I'm very happy to report that the 4060 Ti can deliver a good 4K experience. I've actually used these 4K settings to play the game for about 20 minutes or so. Check it out, very high graphics preset. And yes, it says custom here because I turned off depth of field because I don't like how that makes things blurry. It is a beautiful game, so I want to enjoy it fully without anything blurred. That's why I turned off motion blur as well. Oh, and by the way, field of view is increased to the maximum, which actually requires more GPU power. And as for the display, we're at 4K resolution, and I'm using DLSS set to balanced, and frame generation is enabled. So far, I've had a very pleasant experience using these settings. Yeah, about 20 minutes of gameplay, enjoyed it very much. And the FPS stays close to 60. If you want FPS to be higher in certain scenes, you can always enable DLSS performance, that is 1080p upscaled to 4K. But so far, this performance has been very good, so I do not want to use DLSS performance. The game is absolutely beautiful. Have a look at this scenery. Feudal Japan. Amazing. I've recently finished watching Shogun, and the fact that this game came out, oof, I was looking forward to it. From what I've seen so far, this area right here appears to be quite demanding because I've been in other areas where I've had over 70 and even over 80 FPS. Overall, you can enjoy Ghost of Tsushima using the RTX 4060 Ti 16GB version at 4K, no issues. And have a look at the video memory usage. It is at just over 8 GB. I do have an 8 GB version of the 4060 Ti, and we'll definitely check how that one performs in this game. Oh, let's do a fight. Let's go. Get some. Yes. Oh, the combat in this game is just beautiful. I'm enjoying it so much. Brutal. Yes, come at me. And the third one? Oh, he's bloody already. What happened? Did you get some splatters on you? One more try. Yes, that was a good parry. Beautiful, beautiful kill. Amazing. I think I'll spend a lot of pleasant hours in this game. Now let's see what kind of experience we can get at 1440p. I'll keep DLSS on quality, frame generation is disabled, and graphics settings will be on very high preset. And the experience is a little bit better than what we've had at 4K, because take a look at that. Even without frame generation, we are getting over 70 FPS, whereas at 4K we were getting something like closer to 60 in this particular area. So that's promising. I wonder what kind of performance we can get with frame generation, right? Unfortunately, at native 1440p the performance is not quite there. Let me show you. Let's disable DLSS, TAA is enabled, and we're getting close to 50 FPS. While this is still very much playable, I wouldn't play it like this. I mean, just use DLSS set to quality. It looks good and the performance is brilliant. Although we could approach it from a different angle. Turn off DLSS, but turn on frame generation. Let's try it. And this is not too bad. We're getting close to 60, but it's not quite there. So, I still think that the best option was DLSS set to quality. That is if you want a true 60 plus FPS experience. But we could turn it up a notch and use DLSS quality with frame generation. I can't really say that it's necessary, because we were already getting over 60 FPS on DLSS quality without frame generation. So yeah, we're getting extra 10 FPS or so. I guess it's handy to have in case we run into like a really demanding area. Still, it is good to know that there is an option that will boost performance in case we need it. And lastly, let's see what kind of experience we can get at native 1080p. So we have DLAA enabled, frame generation, and DLSS disabled. And I'm keeping graphics preset on very high. And this is pretty much as expected, well above 60 FPS. You can have a very good experience at native 1080p. No need for any upscaling or frame generation. And just in case if you're wondering, VRAM usage at 1080p on very high preset is close to 7 GB. I don't think it's worth enabling DLSS at 1080p, but frame generation? It could be worth it, so let's check it out. Surprisingly, we're not getting that many more frames per second. Yeah, I was expecting more from frame generation. I even reloaded the game just to make sure that there is no bug or something. And it appears that this is like the top performance you can get, 70 plus, no matter what you do. Frame generation, DLSS, right. Maybe there will be some future patches to patch this performance and improve it, but I was expecting to see way more frames. Let's see what happens if we enable DLSS. Let's set it to quality. And even now, the performance is higher. We're now getting 80 plus consistently. It appears that running this game at 120 FPS could be very costly. The most powerful GPU that I currently have on hand is the RTX 4070 Super, so we'll test my theory soon enough. Make sure that you're subscribed if you want to see that. In conclusion, you can definitely have a very good time in Ghost of Tsushima using the RTX 4060 Ti. I've especially enjoyed 4K experience with DLSS set to balanced and frame generation enabled. It was way better than 1080p or 1440p experiences. Let me know what do you think about all this in the comments below. And if you are interested in any of the products featured in this video, then you can find Amazon links to them in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.